Well, the open went well. I liked most of the workouts. It was tough this year. I had a few niggling injuries here and there that just acted up. And then in the final workout, I had an issue with my heart. I went into atrial fibrillation about 3 minutes into the workout. I didn't know it at the time, but I sure felt the brakes come on, right in the third round of thrusters. And then after that, we went down to Emerge, and they corrected my irregular heartbeat with medication. I have been shocked in the past. 2 years ago, in 2011, I was shocked twice for atrial fibrillation. But it's usually not an issue. I was surprised it acted up in the workout there. But since then, I've been going for tests and stuff, and everything's looking good.
During that workout, I could see that he was doing really well. In fact, he was ahead of where he thought he was going to be. I could see that he was fatigued, but that's a fatiguing workout. So when he fell off the bar, it seemed really dramatic to me. And it definitely freaked me out. I just thought it could be a possible back injury. At the time, I had no idea that he was possibly in AFib. So yeah, we just came home, and he had a hard time recovering from that workout. And later, I saw him checking his pulse repetitively, which he does when he has these little, he calls them blips. Then we headed down to Royal Columbian.
In 2010, I was in it for 4 months on blood thinners while they were figuring out what to do with it. My cardiologist suggests, an ablation down the road, but the technology's improving. He says if I'm only having an incident a year or less, just carry on and wait as long as I can, and that's the game plan. So yeah, it doesn't affect me at all as long as I'm not in AFib, so I think I'm pretty good. Training's going good. I'm sore and stiff because I hadn't done anything for a couple of weeks, but no, I'm excited. I'm excited about the games. It's going to be competitive this year, a lot more than the other years, I think. The top 20 guys are all really close, so it's just going to come down to the workouts and who feels the best on the day. And yeah, I'm going to be training hard for it. I have to. This is Queen's Park. It's about half a mile from my house. Raven and I used to come here 4 or 5 times a week in the morning early, and I do a little warm-up and some chest to bar, some bar muscle-ups, stuff like that, squats, pistols. Yeah, I do stuff just mainly to loosen up, because every morning I wake out of bed, I'm pretty stiff and sore, and I feel a lot better after I do this than before I did it. The birds are singing, and there's nobody in the park. Raven could run around, and yeah, it's a good way to wake up. Okay, what we're going to do now is the lower Galassi man test, where I go 5 dips, walk across the bar, do another 5, and back and forth to 1, which I've never done, but Laura's done it. That's it. Still, no success. So usually now, when I'm done here, I'll go up to the field, do some lunges, and then some light sprints just to try and loosen up my legs. We're just going down to the hospital, to the Neurology clinic. They're just going to give me a checkup for my AFib. And if you ask Karen, probably for a whole nother bunch of issues.
A lot of issues.
They got to find something in there. The main issue with AFib is while you're in AFib for any length of time, the blood pools in your atriums and then clots, and then if you get a regular heartbeat again, it pumps this clotted blood around. So it's just a precaution to make sure that I don't have any issues with a stroke or a heart attack. Yeah, when I first was diagnosed, I was pretty worried, and I was calling everybody and anybody to find out about it. But since then, I found out it's pretty common and it's pretty treatable. So, okay, here we are. Went in, nurse did blood pressure, pulse ox, temperature, history, and then I saw the neurologist, and he'd seen my results from the AFib clinic, and then asked me about any numbness or tingling, which I did have 6 days after that last Fran workout. So he thinks it might have been a TIA, possibly, so he wants, I was taking baby aspirin anyway, and maybe up the anticoagulant, so just in case. He says it's safer and a lot better for people with AFib. So that's probably what I'm going to do.
What's TIA?
It's a mini stroke, and it can happen, like we said, from AFib, because if my heart's struggling in and out of it, blood clots in the atriums, and then when I get a regular beat again, it pumps this clotted blood around the system. So it's a possibility, but I feel fine. I haven't had anything since, so it's just a precaution. No, I have no concern working out, no. Not unless I bonk my head on the bar and start bleeding. This is CrossFit West Van. Troy Strait is the owner. He's also a Masters competitor, and he'll be in the games this year as well. I train here, at least 4 times a week. So today I'm going to do the main site workout, which is run 400, 7 muscle ups, 5 rounds for time, but I'm going to do the row, 500 meter row instead of the 400 meter run, and do the muscle ups. So that's what we're going to do here today. That's a time. 16, 39. Close to the games, I do more work. Like I do at least 2 metcons a day. I do strength just about every day. Even though I want to win and everybody else wants to win, you're giving it your best shot, and if somebody else wins, it's because they were better, and that's as long as you did your best, that's all you can do. So no, when I see somebody in the warm-up and they're struggling with something that I know I can help them, I go help them. I think that just goes to the fact that everybody's just competing with themselves, and when you're competing with someone, you want the best from them and they want the best from you. We're in the garage in New West here. We're going to do strength work, which today is banded deadlift, 55%, 1 rep max. So I'm going to try 255 plus 125 pounds of band it's 7 rounds of 3, so we'll see how far I can get. I might have to drop that a bit if I start tightening up. And then after that, it's you're supposed to alternate with bench, but I don't have enough weight, so I'll do the bench after I do the deadlift. Same thing, 7 times 3 for like a 3 rep max, and work your way up. Yeah. Yeah, I worked for the City of Vancouver for 31 years as a firefighter. Enjoyed every minute of it. It was a great job, and they were really good to me when I was playing rugby. They were letting me have time off, and the guys were all great, and it's a fantastic job, and I'll miss it, but it's time to move on. The night shifts were getting to me. It was getting harder to recover after bad nights, and you only have so many good, healthy years. I want to use some of those and do some other things, so it was time to go. But I'll definitely keep working out, no matter where I am or what I'm doing,
Well, I think Gord's going to train really hard, really regularly. He listens to his body too, but he's going to train hard, and he'll be prepared. He's always prepared for competition, so I know he will be, but I also know his competitors are, and we've been following them. Like, it's tough. But I'm pretty confident that Gord will win in LA.
This year I have my doubts because, I think it's going to be a lot more competitive this year. I think they're going to have some surprise workouts. So I'm going there to win, obviously, and I'm going to be in great shape. I'm going to be training hard. But am I super confident that I'll win? I'm confident if things go well that I'll win, but anything can happen. So, I'm going to train for all the unknowns, and I'm confident, but certainly not overly confident, I'll tell you that.